Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Zelkenon. This is another Smite Super Builds, and today's episode is Hercules. I don't play Hercules too often, mainly just an assault. But when I do play Hercules, I do survive quite a while and do some pretty decent damage as him from the build I use. Some people may not want to play him at all, or some people really love him. It's one of those things. With the recent buff to his 2, as you can see, it's much larger. It's much easier to land your 2, so it's a little bit more easier to the newer people. So let's jump right into the items itself. So actives, as I always say, it depends who you're fighting against and what role you're doing. If you're doing like solo lane and conquest as Hercules, you may want to buy either teleport to tower, hand of the gods, and things like that. You may even get meditation, but it's I don't know, hit or miss. But if not, beads and Enfeeblement Curse works well. Enfeeblement Curse is if you're pretty much one of the main initiators, you may want to get this. So when you pop them up and then turn around and push them into your group, you can also Enfeeblement Curse them, and that allows to slow them or anybody else that's around your area, and that allows your teammates to get more hits in and ensuring the kill. Bead, since he doesn't have any real CC immunity, this works well, so you can be a little bit more evasive when you get singled out or whatnot. But as far as items, for assault, I typically, well, it kind of depends how many physical or magical you're fighting against. If you're fighting mainly magical or a half and half, I really love to pick up Stone of Gaia first before boots. I go ahead and buy the full Stone of Gaia because the scaling on Hercules, he has a pretty good physical defense scaling, but not that great magical. So it helps out getting Stone of Gaia first. And as you can see, this offers a lot of HP 5 and MP 5, and also get a really great passive. So this stacks really well with your 3, which is your mitigate wounds. So yeah, you see your healing per tick and damage return as healing. So in turn, this makes you overall really tanky and really sustained. And since you're being in the lane quite a while, the MP5 helps out, allowing you to do more abilities. So I picked this up, and I pick up meditation along with this in assault. That way, you have more mana access to start fights and keep your sustain going. But if that's not the case, I typically pick up boots first if you're doing 3v3 arena, match of the day, or whatever. If you're doing conquest and you're solo lane and you're fighting against a physical, I would recommend picking up Mystical Mark very first, or pick up Anka the Bear first. I personally prefer a Mystical Mark on Hercules first if you're fighting against a physical, allowing for a lot of physical protection and HP. And also the Ura helps you clear up minions and fight back with the it adds overall DPS when you're fighting in the solo lane. If you're fighting against a magical god in the solo lane and you're Hercules, still pick up Stone of Gaia first for the reasons I mentioned before. But besides the fact, if you're doing any other game mode, I prefer this order. So Warrior Tabi for the penetration, allowing you for more damage. Since this is not really a damage build, Hercules is more of a hybrid, more tanky-ish build for Hercules. So penetration helps us overall with their damage. Stone of Gaia, Mystical Mark. How did the Urchin? You can replace this as your second item or your third item if you want to get the stacks early on, which is recommended. But if there's a lot of action going on, a lot of killing and whatnot, it doesn't hurt to get this fourth, because it's only 10 stacks. And that's with God Kill or Assist, so it's not too hard to build stacks on this, so you can get it as your fourth item if you want to. This allows more HP and mana, since our Stone of Gaia does not give us HP or mana, and the next item, Retaliation, does not give us HP and mana or the last item. So this overall allows us to have more defense and more HP and mana. Next item, Retaliation. It is a little pricey, but I think it's really nice on Hercules. Mainly, it boosts up your power and protection, which Hercules uses quite a lot of both of that. As you can see with the passive, if you're over 50%, additional 20 physical power. So it's 60 more physical power if you're over 50. If you're below 50, which some cases, if you're the main initiator and tanking a lot, your HP may drop below 50%, and this grants you more protections. So this, with more protections, this allows you to heal up, give you some more defense to get some time to heal up with your 3, and you're still in Gaia. Titan's Bane. This last item, it kind of depends on overall if you want to deal more damage or if you want to be even more tanky. So if you want to go the more damagey route, you can pick up Titan's Bane for more penetration and power, so you do a little bit more damage. If you don't want to go that route and get more tanky, I would recommend another HP heavy item. So you can pick up, let's see, we could use more magical. I don't really like any of these. You can pick up Bark of Hope. This would be really nice to have as Hercules. More HP, a lot of protection, and it's a pretty neat passive, so it works well in hand with your Eye of Retaliation. I cannot speak today. So those are just some other options. I did forget to get full stacks of Hide of the Urchin, so but we'll be getting that here soon. So this is our base damage. The yellow numbers are Mystical Mark. The white numbers are my basic attacks. As you can see, my basic attacks do quite a bit of damage for only having 120 power. So let's get red, 150 power. Let's go ahead and move along over here. So let's do some basic attacks with our red buff. 251 and 376. That's fairly good with the amount of tankiness we have, 2700 HP and some pretty good protections that we have here. So let's go and let's work on some stacks actually. So with just red buff, let's go ahead and do some basic attacks on raw. 200. Nice 200, and you can see the Mystical Mark. It does quite a bit of damage. And there's our HP 5. I see like 11 each second. Like, that's just ridiculous. So this is the crazy sustained Immortal Hercules. Alright, so let's boost up our damage with the Physical Might Potion. The one that's only 400 gold. 175 power. And we're hitting 220s and 330s. Not too bad. I see our HP 5 is so high that we can tank all of this attack. So let's use Elixir, 210 power, 265s, and 400s. As you see, he doesn't have a hit progression, so it's like normal 1, and then like 1.5 multiplier on your third hit. Okay, so I see as stacks are getting higher with the Hide of the Urchin, our defense is going pretty high, actually. So let's start using some abilities. Let's use our ulti, actually. 800. 443. A couple basics, and he's dead. Let's do R2. Let's see, that thing is pretty massive now with the buff. 278. He did go CC immune to use his ulti. Oh, I missed. That's why I don't play Hercules too much. A couple more stacks and we will have our Hide of the Urchin filled, and you can see our full build. Okay, we do this one, and then we go ahead and go to Gold Fury, and I'll draw my HP quite a bit, and then I hit my 3, and then you can see the full HP 5 potential on Hercules. Okay, let's get a move on. Alright, we don't have a red buff anymore, but doesn't really matter. So now with the full stacks on Hide of the Urchin, we have 210 physical protection and 198 magical protection. That's it's quite beefy. It's a pretty beefy Hercules. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit him once, and he's gonna well, he doesn't do too much damage, actually. Just with my basic HP 5, he doesn't do too much. So, this should be enough. Okay, let's go ahead and hit 3. And now it's 11 and the 55s. So, that's quite beefy. There we go. It's a lot more. Look at that go. Look at that HP 5. That's just crazy. Whoa, yeah, there we go. So that's pretty much it for this Hercules build. Hope this helps you guys out building Hercules. This is my own personal preference. If you have any other gods or builds or whatever you want me to do, I'll go ahead and do it. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.